everybody, welcome back. Love you all. So I got to thinking, what can I do for you guys for my third video? And I had this this canvas laying around from when I first started doing pulls and swipes and things like that, and I just was not happy with it. It's created a lot of cognitive dissonance in me, so I thought Dissidence no more. Let's reuse a canvas, see what we can do with the new creation. So here we go. All right, so still sticking with our 36 by 28 centimeter canvas. Again, take those numbers, multiply them together, divide by 2, and that will give you the total grams you need for this size painting. And we've got about 504 grams. Okay, so paint again, still sticking with the apple barrels. I've had great success with this, you guys. Lately got into a new cell activator, so it's really made a difference in my work. So colors: apple barrel, bright yellow, Caribbean, and real blue, purple iris, and love of my life right now, the antique copper. Love this, such a rich color. So I thought I could do something with these colors, reuse this canvas. What am I gonna do? I'm still sticking with my dark light order. So 50 grams paint, 50 grams pouring medium. The pouring medium you're going to make out of 70% glue and 30% water. Get yourself a big nice jug so you can make up, if you know, a lot of it at a time. When I first started, I was making smaller batches of the glue, and then I was making the pouring medium every day. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So weigh it out on your kitchen scale. Okay, make sure you get consistent results. All right, so what are we gonna do? Let's do dark. Those together is gonna make a lot of green. I don't know. Maybe I'll go light dark. That'll make green. Boop, boop. And then that will mix together with, that could be good. That could be good. It could be mud. We don't know. We don't know. Let's just go for it. Let's go for it. So oh, cell activator. You guys didn't remind me today. Cell activator. Come on. Cell magic. Love this stuff. Get it in my local craft store. So 1 drop per 50 grams of mixed paint. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I don't have too many opaques today. Most of these colors are considered translucent. So we're going to see what we get. Didn't want to add white today. Done a couple paintings with the white, and I thought, well, let's just see if we don't add the white, what happens. Kind of wanted a rich painting this morning. Every time I looked at this redo, I kept hearing the Pearl Jam song in my head, Dissidence. And I'm like, if it's upsetting me that much, I need to do something about it. My core values and what was produced were not matching each other, hence the dissidence. Also reminds me of me best girl in Portland. She lives in Portland, Oregon, you guys. She's so far away from me, so I try and fly out and see her, at least once a year. But she actually did a when we were in psychology together, we kind of got us through college together. We hung in there. But she did an amazing presentation in one of our experimental psychology courses, and actually on dissidence. And she taught me a lot. But every time I hear that word, I think of how much dissidence she had during the presentation. She's like, you know, like most people, presenting in front of an audience can kind of create a state of psychosis. But, you know, she was so brave. She was amazing. And I learned so much from her. But every time I think of the word dissidence, I think of me girl. So this one's for you, Lucy. Love you so much and miss you so much. You thinking about it just brings tears to my eyes. She's an amazing person, so strong, very strong. Mama did good on that one. Yes. Hi Lucy's mom. Hello. Miss you so much. Like I said, I live in Michigan, and a lot of my beloved friends that have now become family, they live so far away from me, and it's creating dissidence. Don't like it. I want my family close to me. So I'm trying to convince her to move to Michigan. That ain't gonna happen. Portland is an amazing city. If you guys have... Hi Portland! Hi! Miss you! Oh my gosh! Can't wait to see you again. So if you've never been to Portland, go. It's an amazing city. People are like no other in the world. They will genuinely sit down and have a conversation with you and want to know how you're doing, how you got from A to B, and they just welcome. It's so welcoming. I can't explain it. First time I was in Portland, we were at the drive-through getting a copper, getting coffee, and the lady at the window probably asked my friend a million questions, like what we were doing that day and all of our plans. And at first I was like, oh my god, that's intrusive. Like, are you writing a book? And then my friend Soy had to take me aside, and they're like, no, they genuinely care about your welfare. And just extend that personal conversation. I think that gets lost in this digital era. You know, I'm even guilty of it too. Sitting at home on my bottom, just, you know, absorbing media. And it's sometimes, you know, you just don't pick up the phone. You don't do socially what we should. I mean, we should take care of ourselves. We're social creatures. We need to be with other people, good people. And I am very, very blessed to have some of the best people in the world in my life. I'd take a bullet for them. Hopefully, I don't know, hopefully they do the same. I don't know, well, it's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. We'll see. All right, so we got our layers, about 252 grams in each cup. So you'll notice these are smaller. These hold about 200 grams. These cups here, probably about 400-ish grams. So sticking with our same method of flip and drag. So, yep. Oh, that was not good, Joanna. Look at that floating about on the canvas. Look at that. That's interesting. Very interesting. Oh, there we go. And then just let your cups rest. You kind of want gravity to take over and pull all that paint from the tops of your cups down. So when you tilt and drag, you're not gonna have a lot left over in the cup. So, and again, these paints, guys, they're really nice to work with. Been doing this for a few months now, and like I said, been playing around with some stuff, trying to figure out how I can get it to work and ratios, and then, you know, how much paint I needed for the size canvas. And so yeah, so this is possible, just to take leftover canvas. You know, like me, I just did some work I wasn't happy with, and I didn't want to throw out the canvas. I mean, that's a waste. So yeah, all right, yakety yak, let's flip it back. Here we go. I'm going to kind of pull forward and pull back, trying to keep that paint on canvas as much as possible. Again, take your time, figure out where you want your cups. You don't want them too close here to these edges, because then everything just kind of runs out and you've lost that precious paint. Here we go. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Look at the cells, guys. Cells are popping up. Fantastic. Like I said, we might get mud. I don't know. Anything's better than what I started with, I'll tell you that darn much. Just didn't like it. Lots of paint left in that cup. That's okay. Put it out on your edges. I don't want to run this paint through the middle of my composition. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the colors kind of tend to get muddy in the cup. And you don't want mud. You don't want mud. Well, pretty and vibrant over here. We've got some action going on. So, all right, let's tilt before we lose all our paint. So I'm going to start over here at the corners again. I just want to walk the paint down the canvas, getting into the corner. And once I've reached the corner, I'm going to pull it back to center. Pull it back to center because I don't want to release the corner catcher. With all that weight in the corner, you lose all that precious paint. Try not to drip on your painting. And I want to torch, or I don't want to torch until I've got at least half my canvas stretched out. This is such a reactive method with your cell magic in your paint. If you torch too early, then you kind of tend to blow out your cells just a wee bit. And I don't like blowing out cells. I don't know what's happening here. See that little earthwormy thing, guys? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. All right, torch nice and high. And keep a circular motion just until you see little spots and freckles popping there. The more you torch, the more cells you get. And I want my painting to reflect some of the lines the paint makes as well as cells. Oh, hopefully you can see that. Here they come. Welcome to the world. Welcome, welcome. You're beautiful. Look at that. I don't know if you can see two cells. Two cells within a cell. Little more. Little more. And by stretching and walking the paint down the canvas, you'll stretch the cells and make them bigger. So just let it rest for a moment. Just let it rest. See if we get some more cells. That's pretty. A lot better. A lot better than it was, guys. So I got a lot of paint on the canvas. So we're not going to use our corner catcher for the last two. So I do need to take some of that paint off. You leave too much on and it will crack on you. I've had a lot of beautiful paintings. So happy with, came back, you know, when it was dry and it just had some cracks in it and well, I wasn't happy. Goodness. Okay, paint's in the middle, so we're walking. And see how those cells stretch out. See the ones at the top, they're stretching out. Becoming the big boys on campus. I want to take some of that off, so I'm going to bring that paint back to the middle and let the weight of the paint guide the edge. Just let it fall off the edge a little bit. Here we go. Okay. And then back to middle. Hopefully you guys can see that. Got the last corner here. I'm just going to let it flow. Nice. Very nice. And then back to center. And I'll torch again. And we'll take a look at it and see what we want to do. Oh yeah, we got a torch. I put torch. There must be at least 20 layers of paint on this torch. And I just get the torch again at Super Center, something that you would assist in a creme brulee. By the way, my niece made the most awesome creme brulee for her father's birthday and she shared it with everybody. Girl is talented. Very talented. Oh, pretty. Pretty, pretty. Nice cells coming through there. We got a little mud in here. Probably the, well, it has to be the copper mixing probably with the purples, you know. Do I want to take more off? Maybe stretch these little guys out just a wee bit. It seems like there's a lot of paint left still. Let's see, get you. Not too much. This copper is so pretty when it's wet. Oh my gosh, it's pretty much dry too. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll leave that. Maybe not. Yeah, get off there. There we go. There we are. Again, stretching too much. You'll stretch out your sails. I don't want to do any more than that. It did break it up in here. Kind of gone muddy in here. Well, that's interesting. Interesting. And then each time you stretch, if you want more cells, torch, but eventually you'll get to the point where there's just not enough paint on the canvas and your cells. You won't get any more cells. But I don't know. What do we think about that? What do we think? Is it mud? What you know, could we have done something different? I kind of like it. Let me take you guys down for a closer view. Sorry. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Sometimes with my camera, it's a little different because I can't really see what I'm videotaping. So, you know, let me know if I need to slow down for you guys, or, you know, you just didn't catch that one spot. I'll slow it down. I said before, I got anxiety. And I'm so nervous. Why am I so nervous? Why am I so nervous? This is silly. That's not half bad. It's definitely better than what it was before. So, definitely better than what it was before. All right.